first one. You can't get them all. Pete McCordic strikes in the first.
The key to watch for young Pete Weber, not only thinking about winning his first title, but can he hit the left-hand lane? We saw he got out to a quick start in the last match, and then he seemed to lose the left-hand lane, crossing over for a strike, going through the nose for the 3-6 spare, and then he went high again in the 10th frame. Let's see what he does. He's apparently killing the right-hand lane, but he has to put them both together to win the match. Pete with 5-step approach, using a whole approach, but he's stiff-legged a bit on his third step. Watch as he comes through the third step. See, he's stiff-legged, then gets a good knee bend, follows through straight to the target, and see how deep he's playing on the lane. He's almost sliding in the left-hand channel. Big shot here. He's looking down at the approach, going to make an adjustment to the left, Dave. It's important that he gets this one close to the pocket.
I think he made the right adjustment, though, didn't he?
Didn't he? He struck, Dave, but he didn't strike, but he did make the right adjustment, and it's going to carry on through the match. If he can just give it plenty of room like that on every shot, he'll keep the ball in play, and he'll get his share of strikes with that big strike hook ball he throws.
And that has to help him psychologically.
Has to make this spare first, though.
And he does it. Yeah, we talk about the tremendously loyal audience of people who watch the Pro Bowlers tour on television. A couple of nice young friends of mine, Barbara Smith and Chap Brown. Chap's a former tennis grade at University of Florida, getting married this afternoon, so they're taping the Pro Bowlers show today so they can watch it on their honeymoon.
Ah, congratulations.
A little thin.
Thought he had a strike. The right-hand lane a little bit tighter. Pete went through that shot very well, but remember, he only had 3 practice balls on each lane, so he wasn't absolutely sure that the lanes were different. Now he knows the right-hand lane is about a board tighter than the left-hand lane.
No PBA title so far for this man. This could be his first one. I remember you doing a bowling tip on that. That's not an easy spare to make.
He made a great shot. Here's the form of Pete McCordic. The only little problem that Pete may have is occasionally he'll lose his backswing out to the right, but he comes straight through the shot with good lift, good follow through, and he's one of the steady players on the Pro Bowlers Tour.
You can see the beads of perspiration there. Second place finishes 1973 Northern Ohio Open, the 1978 Portland Open, the 1978 Buffalo Open. We dasn't call him a bridesmaid, but he's been knocking at the door a little bit. He's no kid out there.
Style similar to another former bridesmaid, Art Trask, who finally got it together and won 3 titles so far this year.
He does own lane 28, doesn't he?
No doubt about it, that high backswing, the strong, powerful ball of young Pete Weber, keep his eye on the target all the way through and follow through towards the target. Notice how the inside of the forearm of young Weber goes right towards that third arrow, solid in the pocket. No doubt about that one. Match all even through 3 frames.
Right now, you can get
problems. The fault is not in your set. We do apologize. We are attempting to make corrections. We could correct our transmission problems as well as Pete Weber has corrected his problems on lane 27. We'd be in like a burglar, wouldn't we?
You're right, David. He made a good shot in the fourth frame. He sent it wide, blew the 5 out. And then McCordic coming up in the fourth frame, trying to tie the match back up, left the weak 10. Has to go cross lane with extra speed, make sure on this spare.
He's pressed up against the ball return. Pete McCordic out of Houston, Texas, 10 years on the tour and no victories. Bo Burton talked with him earlier and asked him why he's done so well here.
I think the main reason I bowled so well this week here is during the finals I was able to move out and play between the first and second arrow, going pretty much up the boards. This is my best shot. It enabled me to carry. I felt real comfortable with the shot. I was able to make good shots and got loose with it.
But he can't play that line today. He has to play between the second, third arrow, the track area.
I noticed last night as he was just barely holding on to his lead. He went against Marshall Holman, and Marshall threw a heck of a game at him. And Pete never smiled once until it was all over, and he knew that he was in the driver's seat. Never cracked a smile.
Well, Holman had actually caught him with about 3 frames left, but McCordic came back with a turkey to be the tournament leader. Pete Weber could take a 20-pin lead with 1 more strike.
Better thank somebody for that. Fortuitous again, right?
No doubt about it. He has the 4-7-10 going in there. He's cutting through the 6-pin, lays down in the channel. The 3-pin comes over and gives him a little love tap. Great break.
And the old man's out there in St. Louis going, blow that 10-pin over. Very, very fortuitous. Pete Weber. We're going to take one more look at Pete Weber's release.
If you want to learn how to energize a bowling ball, emulate this release. The thumb down early in the release, wrist right on the side, medium loft, about 12 inches over the foul line, good roll. He gets up to 15 revolutions in the 60-foot of lane, David. A power shot.
That says it all, doesn't it? Pete McCordic and Pete Weber.
Amazing how a game of bowling